Is America in a housing bubble, and is it about to burst? The question has become top of mind for buyers, sellers, and long-term homeowners alike. Many first-time buyers are coming to believe that a large-scale market correction and the substantial price drops that would likely come as a result could be the only way they can afford to become homeowners in this stressed, wildly overpriced market. It has become the stuff of nightmares for owners who fear they purchased their home at the peak of the market and now worry that prices are about to plummet, diminishing their equity and devaluing their investment. There are plenty of causes for alarm as home prices, after hitting epic heights this summer, are now beginning to fall as higher mortgage interest rates are hammering the market. 16 of the 20 signs of a housing market bubble are flashing red. They range from somewhat frivolous social barometers to the primary economic indicators that led up to the 2008 housing crash, such as decreasing affordability of homes, falling sales, and waning demand. So does that conclusively mean another bubble is about to pop? Well, real estate experts across the U.S. have yet to reach anything close to a consensus on that. Many dispute the term bubble, and others are divided on its definition. Some say today's housing market is nothing like the one leading up to the housing bubble that ushered in the Great Recession. Still others insist the nation is in the clutches of one that's about to get real messy. How today's housing market compares with the mid-2000s. There were nearly 4 times as many existing homes for sale in 2006 than there were in 2021, according to the National Association of Realtors. The second big departure from the 2000s is mortgage lending isn't built on a house of cards like it was back then. Not just anyone can get a mortgage nowadays. Lenders have tightened their criteria for doling out money, and only the most qualified borrowers can score loans. That's a 180-degree shift from the days when many lenders weren't even verifying incomes. Also, nearly all of those bad subprime loans have been eradicated. People have also more equity in their homes. The biggest difference is when we had a price decline in the bubble, and all of a sudden a bunch of people who could no longer afford their houses were forced to sell. That led to further price declines, and there was just a cascading effect from there. If prices fall 10%, almost no one is underwater this time on their mortgages. Bubble or not, home prices could fall. Even with a stronger housing market, home prices could still fall. Mortgage rates are more than twice as high as they were a year ago, making monthly payments significantly more expensive, and fewer buyers can qualify for loans. Those who still can get a loan are now able to afford only significantly cheaper homes than they could at this time just last year. Most real estate experts anticipate the places that saw the steepest run-up in home prices and the most out-of-control bidding wars during the pandemic are the most vulnerable markets. Places like Austin, Texas, Phoenix, Arizona, San Diego, and Boise, Idaho could see some of the largest corrections. The most likely outcome is not an epic crash. The most likely outcome is that prices stay flat for a few years, and sellers won't sell because they don't want to sell at a loss, and everybody's unhappy. Investors may be getting nervous. Runaway speculation was one of the hallmarks of the latest housing bust. Investors were gobbling up homes to flip and rent out. Many of the larger institutional investors today are on more solid financial ground than their predecessors were. That doesn't mean investors aren't worried. As an example, during the pandemic, they were willing to pay 9% less than the value of distressed homes. Now, they don't want to buy anything with less than a 20 to 25% discount, even in the hottest markets like Phoenix. What that means is a correction in home prices at the very least in the investor market. Home sales are down. The number of home sales is already dropping, and experts fear it could get worse. That doesn't necessarily signal a housing bubble, but it is somewhat worrisome. Builders are also holding off on putting up as many new homes now that they're not going under contract as quickly.